opponent that Trump hates so much that when he goes after them, he actually becomes them.
You know, the windmills, boom, boom, boom.
Windmills, wing.
That's right. Whether it's a person from another country or an inanimate object, Trump will do the accent.
Donald Trump seemed to think he could shut Desi Litic down the same way he usually deals with critics who embarrass him in public. But this time, it just didn't work, because Desi didn't react the way he expected. Trump mocked her, took shots at her show, and tried to brush her off like she didn't matter, hoping people would focus on his insults instead of the joke she made about him. It's a strategy that's worked for him plenty of times before, but this time, it completely missed the mark.
First convicted felon to be president of the United States.
America's elected its first criminal president before electing its first female president.
Whenever journalists questioned Trump, he called it fake news. Whenever prosecutors investigated him, he said they were corrupt. And whenever comedians made fun of him, he insisted nobody even watched them. But Desi Litic completely turned that playbook around during a live broadcast. Instead of getting angry or trying to defend herself, she stayed calm and answered with quiet confidence. And that made Trump's attack come across as emotional and insecure. She pointed out something really simple but powerful. If she was truly irrelevant, why would Trump be spending his time talking about her in the first place? That one comment exposed a contradiction he struggled to hide for years. Every time he publicly goes after a comedian, journalist, or TV host, he ends up showing that whatever they said got under his skin enough to make him respond. Desi broke that pattern down even further, saying that when Trump calls someone a failure, it's often because they hit a nerve. When he says nobody watches a show, it usually means he's watched it himself. And when he says someone has no talent, it often sounds like the joke landed harder than he's willing to admit.
What the actual America? We have had 2 qualified, accomplished women nominated for president, and both times they lost to the worst man in the whole country.
The audience understood exactly what she meant, because they've watched this same pattern play out for years. Trump attacks, complains, throws insults, and fires back. But in the process, he keeps giving attention to the very people he says don't matter. That's what made Desi's point land so well. She explained that people who are genuinely confident and secure usually either ignore criticism or laugh it off. But Trump seems to treat every joke like it's a personal attack, almost as if he feels the need to respond every single time. And that's exactly what makes the criticism stand out even more.
Is an assault on America. The Democrats may as well have karate kicked the Statue of Liberty right in the cooch. I've been watching Fox News and chugging Logan Paul's energy drink for 6 days straight, and I'm ready to Fox-plain Trump's indictment. Mao's China, Hitler's Germany, Tito's vodka. Mommy needs a drink. If they can arrest Donald Trump, they can arrest anyone who's accused of a crime.
That calm observation completely changed the mood of the moment. Suddenly, Trump's insults didn't come across as strong anymore. Instead, they started to sound more defensive and insecure. Desi then took the conversation a step further by connecting his reactions to a much bigger issue about power and criticism in America. She explained that when Trump responds, he rarely addresses the actual argument people are making about him, and that, in itself, says a lot about how he handles criticism.
Trump is on track to win every single swing state and the popular vote. Just like the relationship between Trump and Eric, this one wasn't close at all. Oh my God. I have 4 more years of Eric jokes. Me.
Instead, she said, he usually goes after the person making the criticism, rather than the criticism itself. Reporters become dishonest, judges are called biased, comedians are dismissed as untalented, and prosecutors are painted as politically motivated enemies, all while the actual issue being raised is left unanswered. Then Desi asked one simple but incredibly powerful question that completely shifted the room. She said, If a joke or criticism isn't true, then why not explain why it's false? Why respond with insults instead of facts? It was a question that put a spotlight on what she saw as the biggest weakness in his approach to handling public criticism.
Stories are going to be a lot less inspiring in the future. My grandfather came to this country with nothing but $5 million and the clothes in his custom Louis Vuitton 5-piece trunk set. Although I have to admit, I don't totally hate the idea of buying your way into a country.
Desi made it clear that every public figure has to deal with criticism, and that's just part of the job. But she said constantly trying to go after the people who criticize you is a completely different story. Then she added a joke that really landed, saying Trump reacts to comedy like someone who accidentally sees a page from his own private diary and immediately panics, as if the joke hit a little too close to home.
This is like communist level shit.
If they can do this to somebody as strong and powerful as Donald J. Trump, what can they do to the rest of us?
President Trump is joining some of the most incredible people in history being arrested today. Jesus was arrested and murdered by the Roman government.
I don't really feel right now living in this police state.
Alvin Bragg is the MAGA Republican of the Year. He just got Trump's nomination.
Every angry response, she said, only proved that the joke had landed exactly where it was supposed to. She also poked fun at Trump's habit of calling every negative story fake news, while still keeping a close eye on those very same stories online. Then she joked that he seems to spend more time keeping track of comedians than most people spend checking their own bank accounts, and the audience laughed because it felt surprisingly believable. But the biggest moment came when she paused the jokes for a second, got serious, and delivered a line that almost instantly started spreading all over the internet.
Did this guy just put a cover charge on America? It's $5 million to get in, but he'll waive it if you bring in 3 hot girls with you. I mean, I guess it beats the old way of becoming a citizen, which was to marry Donald Trump, but still.
Then Desi delivered a line that instantly changed the mood in the room. She said, "A man who constantly calls everyone else weak is usually trying to hide what he fears most." That one statement completely changed the way people looked at Trump's behavior. Instead of coming across as strong, his insults, nicknames, and late-night angry posts suddenly seemed more like signs of insecurity than confidence. Desi went on to say that truly confident leaders don't have to keep telling everyone they're winning or attack every person who disagrees with them. They answer questions directly, let criticism roll off their shoulders, and stay focused on leading instead of getting even. In her view, Trump's constant need to fight back against his critics shows just how personally he takes every public embarrassment.
So we got a little off track with Biden and black people, but at least no one was thinking about the Epstein files anymore.
For minors, do we love minors? I love minors.
We know, we all saw the birthday card.
Desi also pointed out what she saw as a strange contradiction in Trump's public image. She said he likes to present himself as one of the toughest people in politics, yet he often reacts emotionally to comedians, late-night hosts, and even jokes on social media. That contrast made her point even stronger, because the image he tries to project doesn't always seem to match the way he responds to criticism.
5 American presidents in the same room together, and even rarer to have Donald and Melania in the same room together. Kudos to President Carter.
We're going to be selling a gold card. You have a green card, this is a gold card. We're going to be putting a price on that card of about $5 million, and that's going to give you green card privileges plus.
Oh, green card privileges plus. See, I was still getting America with ads. Quick question.
Desi joked that Trump treats satire like it's a national emergency, while ignoring issues that actually deserve serious attention. She reminded viewers that he spent years saying late-night shows don't matter, yet somehow he watches them closely enough to complain about specific jokes. Her point was simple. Nobody spends that much time attacking something they truly don't care about. She compared it to someone insisting they're not angry while it's obvious they're losing control. Desi also pointed to the same pattern people have seen over and over again. Trump criticizes comedians, his supporters rush to defend him, the clips spread all over the internet, and then he responds even more, creating a cycle where his own reactions often make those comedians even more popular because people become curious about what got under his skin. She followed that with another joke, saying Trump reacts to comedy reviews like teenagers reacting to negative comments at 3 a.m, and the audience laughed because it felt surprisingly accurate. But underneath the humor, she was making a much bigger point. She said that in a healthy democracy, leaders have to be able to accept criticism without trying to tear down the people criticizing them. Because once criticism itself becomes unacceptable, accountability starts to disappear. Throughout the entire segment, Desi stayed calm, never raised her voice, and never matched Trump's energy, which only made her response more effective. By the end, the conversation had shifted away from Trump's insults and toward the bigger question of